So today we are going to talk about deep life declutter. So decluttering itself is a very well-known term where we speak about how to reduce chaos from life and how to increase peacefulness, content. And I do not say that it should be exactly minimalism, but yes, somewhere on the lines of you should be getting rid of things which are not helping you to become a better version of yourself. So that is what we mean by decluttering. And while we do that, we need to understand that what all areas are there, how to do that, what to do, why to do. All of these questions they appear in our mind when we speak about decluttering. So today in this session, I'm going to give you a very what do you say, insightful session on how to deeply declutter your life and which will push you towards becoming a better version of yourself. Okay. So this declutter has not got to do with home maintenance and life maintenance like that, but it is a deeper thing which is going to evolve you and make you a better person. So let us see what all we are going to do today along with each other. So where there is clutter, there is no space for calm and content. So what you have to do is be ruthless because you know what? The clutter around us, majority of it is because we are so much attached to these past patterns of thoughts, of beliefs, of objects, of relationships that it becomes difficult for us to leave. Clear out the chaos and create space for the things that really, really matter in your life. The human brain is hardwired in such a way that pain of losing something which you already have in life, it is so difficult that it takes a lot of courage, patience, and proper guidance to do that. All right. So that is what I'm going to give you today, a proper guidance to understand what to declutter, how to declutter, and why to declutter. So what we are going to learn today is clutter and brain. How are these two things associated with each other? Because you know that whatever we speak about, we always try to back it up with neuroscience and understand that how our brain behaves in that situation and how it can impact you as a person in your in your evolution, in your improvement. The second is we will be talking about benefits of decluttering. And lastly, the areas of decluttering. So this decluttering itself, it is a huge concept altogether, and we are going to touch all the aspects of it. First things first, declutter and brain. Understanding that what happens to your brain when there is a lot of clutter and why should you um, why should you be doing decluttering more often. So effects of clutter on your human brain are the first one, poor decision making. So when you are surrounded with so much of chaos around, there is so much information around you. You do not understand that this information affects your mental states. So organization outside leads to thought organization inside. So when you see so many things in front of you on your work desk, there are people who second and say that it boosts creativity in them. But according to a research fact, the more stimulated your brain is, the more overwhelmed it feels. You think that you're concentrating on the paper and pen on the project which you're working on, but trust me, your brain takes care of all the things that are happening around. That helmet that is put around wrongly, that scissor which is lying on your table, that sanitizer bottle which is there around you. Okay, so all of these things, what your brain collects all of this information. Sometimes you do not put stress on it. Sometimes we do not process it consciously, but at the unconscious, subconscious level, all of this chaos it creates. What do you say? It makes you delusional. It makes you more confused, and it makes decision making quite hard. The second thing is increased stress. So when you're exposed to so much of information, the brain gets confused into so many ways. Like, see, what happens is we are overloading ourselves. We're overstimulating ourselves by information, stuff, and the things that are around us. So what we do is we keep on reading things online. So all of this extra information that comes in, it gets stuffed in our brain. That creates brain fog. The second thing is the information surrounding you. All the things, the instructions that you give yourself, the thoughts that you have, the people you meet, it also creates two mental cues. And also, apart from that, the stuff that you keep on feeding. Okay, like there is some sale and you cannot resist ordering something extra, which is actually not needed. So, in this way, what you're doing, you're filling up your physical space. And the replica of this piled up physical space happens inside of you, inside your brain. You're spoiling yourself by so many choices. I heard a story someday that students these days, they're walking in a hallway, all the doors opening, they have choices for them. So they just want to check all the choices before making a decision. But by the end of that hallway, they're exhausted by listening and looking at all of these choices, and they're still in that hallway making no decision. So that is what is the real circumstances these days. We're so much spoiled by choices around that it becomes difficult for us to make a decision, and because of which it increases chaos and it increases the stress. The third thing is time loss. So imagine the last time you kept a document at right place. Whenever you need it, you go ahead, you open the drawer, take out the document, and use it. But let us look at the other side of the story. The time when you misplaced it. It took you a whole lot of time to find that document out because it is urgent. So what I appeal to you is that when you organize your stuff, when you organize your physical stuff, when you organize your thoughts, it takes lesser time, lesser effort from you to become more productive. And the next one is negative mood. So all the people who feel that they are very moody, the mood swings happen, they do not feel like doing anything. It is a cycle. You do not feel like clearing your wardrobe, it increases chaos in your mind, which disturbs your inner peace, which makes your mood further bad, which increases the clutter around you, which increases the negativity of the mood. So it is a vicious circle. So I want all of you to break this pattern. Take out time every single week to look at all the areas and declutter your life. Because you understand that, right? That anything that is happening in the physical dimension has its reflection on our inner dimension. That is for sure. There is no escaping from that area. Now, let us talk about the benefits of decluttering. Why should we bother about decluttering? The first one is increased productivity. When you see things systematic around you, when you see things that are neat and clean and organized, it automatically gives you a very positive atmosphere. That is why people say that it is better to concentrate inside a library because all the books they're systematically put together. That is why you love to stay in that cafe and have a coffee with your loved one because the surrounding is neat and clean and organized. That is why you enjoy your stay at a hotel because there are so less things appearing in front of you. So increased productivity happens when you remove all of these disturbances that happen in front of your eyes because your eyes they're continuously receiving information from the outside world. So that gives peace to you when something in front of you is cleared out. The second one is you get more space. If you do not feed your stuff inside of your house, you get more space to live. If you do not feed so many things inside your head like thoughts, um, information, time pass, all of these things. If you do not overfeed yourself, you'll get mental wavelengths to learn new things and become a better version of yourself. If you declutter your relationships, you'll find more time for the people who you cherish to be with, who cherish you and your presence. Next is improved health. So with clutter comes both dimensions. Like if you talk about physical dimension, it can increase like the the dust and dirt appearing around you. It can accumulate the chaos around you because of which you might get affected with some allergies or some problems which can give you some bad health effects. Simultaneously, when we speak about impact on your mental space, equally true when you are cluttered by so many thoughts, when you're continuously overthinking, overwhelmed, and you do not know how to do further. You create bad mental health for yourself. And you understand that how crucial these two dimensions are for you. And the next one is financial benefits. Benefits happen in two ways. When we speak about physical stuff, you do not buy things when you do not need them. when you're conscious about decluttering your space. So one tip that I would like to give you is that put stuff in your cart, but do not place an order then and there. Why? Because if you leave that thing in cart for next 5 days, you will get to know that is it urgent or is it just that my brain wants me to order something to release some stress? Okay. So sometimes what happens is you divert yourself from some stressful event and you call it as these fancy words shopping therapy. There is no such therapy that exists. You get a dopamine boost by doing something for yourself and it doesn't last for a long time. Okay. But rather than doing that, if you declutter yourself, if you make a good space, air to breathe, space to breathe and live, that would actually help you in the longer run. And the other financial benefit is that when you do not have that brain fog of overloading yourself with information, you make better decisions. And when you make better decisions, you get better returns in terms of financial and rest of all the aspects in life. You might be thinking that how many areas are going to be to declutter yourself? So, not many physical and mental, that's it. No. There are so many areas to declutter, some of which I'm going to share with all of you. The first one is the physical space. That is the most important area because continuously, I'm repeating it again, but let me tell you, it is so crucial. Continuously, your eyes are you being receptive of the information around you. Whatever is there in front of your eyes, it is going to impact your brain. So you can program this. You can put quotations that inspire you. You can put your daily agenda in front of you. You can write your planned tasks to be completed in front of you. When you look at these things, it is a good reminder for yourself. But when you look at chaos around you, it fills you with anxiety, it fills with over stimulation, and because of which you lose your calm. That is why a lot of times you do not know why do you feel frustrated. You need to take care of your stuff. Physical space include everything around you. It includes your work desk, it includes your wardrobe, it includes your fridge, it includes your kitchen, it includes your washroom. Everything has to be in an organized manner. And I'm not saying do all of it at one time. Create a timetable for it for you also so that you can address one thing in one day. Divide your rooms Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It hardly takes 15 minutes to organize your home once you put things at place. Everything in your house will have its home. And if it is not in its home, it creates that visual clutter. Remove that. The second one is digital space. Your digital space. Do not overload yourself with this digital information. Like I know people who have like tens of thousands of photographs in their mobile phone. They know and understand that these photographs they might never be seen again, but they do not want to let them go. That is why they just occupy the space. I know a lot of people who do not delete the data from their emails. So what can you do is you can find some hacks and tips and tricks online with the help of which you can actually declutter your digital space. Your desktop, there should not be so many icons on your desktop. Please organize it. You can divide it into a certain manner like work, personal, different areas of your life, whatever you use your laptop or computer for. So your screen, it should not be cluttered as soon as you look at it. The things that are around you, they should inspire you to become a better version of yourself. That is the bottom line of creating this session. The next one is habits. Declutter your habits. You know that there are so many things that you do on an autopilot. You fall into the trap of using your mobile phone every now and then. You fall into the trap of gossiping about some person every now and then. You fall into the trap of like watching some senseless videos online, which actually are not helping you to become a better person. So there are so many habits. You have a habit of munching on those cookies and chips packets. You are in a habit of binge watching the whole Saturday night, Sunday night. So you have to find out what are the habits that are adding value in your life that are making more space and wavelength for yourself to become a better version of yourself. And the session is exclusively for people who really want to change, who really want to transform into a better version of themselves. Okay. So all these tips and all of this hard work will be worthwhile only and only if you're that serious about making those changes in your life. Moving to the next thing, the time. Declutter your time. Look into keenly that where do you put your time into? Keep a check of all the things. places, projects, people that you're putting your time into. It should all be worth it because you've got a limited time on this planet. For the people who know me for a long time, they know that I keep on repeating this quotation again and again by Robin Sharma that we are on this planet for a finite time and we do not get like we are not immortals. We should be always aware that if I sleep tonight, there is no guarantee that I'll wake up tomorrow. Okay. So if I put my time into this session, it is my responsibility that I should put the best of my wisdom, the best of my efforts, the best of my value into the time spent here. If I do not do that, I'm doing injustice to this one single life given to me. Similarly, I want all of you to understand that where do you put your time? If you're unable to make sense of that, I appeal you to create a time log for yourself. Keep a time log for at least 3 days. Divide your time like in 2 to 2 hours time zone, like 8, 10, 12, 2, like that, from the time you wake up in the morning till the time you sleep. And every 2 hours, please update what you did in the last 2 hours. Keep a time log for 3 days, and you will get to know that you're putting this time into so many different ways that you are diluting your focus. And this focus is getting diluted because the time horizon is not cluttered properly. Okay, it is not decluttered properly. It is all full of chaos. You just do not know what to do next. You are just jumping on the next glittery thing. That's it. The next one is relationships. This is crucial, and I really want to make it. I really want to put it so elegantly that my point goes across to all of you. Relationships. Human beings are social animals. Relationships. They are a key, crucial player in our moods, in our productivity, in our longevity, in our mental peace. All of those areas. So please be very choosy and picky with whom you spend your time. These people, they have a very deeper impact on yourself. Sometimes we overlook that. Sometimes we are like, we just want to be good with everyone. But being good with some energy vampires could be a bad decision for your personal growth. So the moment when I personally realized this, I started being very picky with people around me. I started being more with people who aligned with my goals, who are ambitious, who talk about growth, who do not have time to talk about other people, but the people who discuss ideas, who want to grow, who have ambition, who have spark in the eyes and fire in the belly. So go find your tribe. These people, they are good to be with. They enhance your mood. They make you feel appreciated. They boost your energy. They push you to higher limits and they make you a better human being. If any of your relationship is taking away your power, I want you to reassess that is it worthwhile to put your energy and your precious time into that relationship. Now, these relationships, I understand that there are certain relationships where you just cannot do anything. Okay, they have to be in your life. So, for those areas of life, I would request all of you to create a mental boundary. Do not let these people take away your charm. Do not let these people take away your power. So, relationships, you should be very choosy. It is a very famous quotation which says that you are an average of 5 people you will hang around mostly with. Choose these 5 people. They're crucial. They can actually drastically change the way you think. And when you change your thinking patterns, the life changes suddenly. It just happens. It has happened to me. It has happened to a lot of people in our mentorship programs, and it has happened to so many people across the globe who vouch on this that please choose your people. The next one is mental space. Here, I would like to talk about that the 2, 3 major components of it, like overthinking, overwhelm, and overconfidence. So these three things they consume a lot of your mental space. So let us address one by one. Overthinking. In the previous session, if you were there, I do not know. Satyam spoke about where to put your time into, where to put your focus into. You have to take care that you can only do the things that you can do. If rain upsets you, you cannot stop the rain. What you can do is take an umbrella. Okay. So you have to understand that there is a circle of influence and there is a circle of control. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to find out that what are the areas which you can directly control. And there is a circle in which you cannot control anything. You cannot control other people's thoughts. You cannot control what they will say about you. You cannot control their expectations. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control the bus timings. You cannot control when the traffic signal will turn red or green. But what you can control is your reflection on that, your reaction on that particular circumstance. Okay. So first things first, please do not overthink on the things which are not under your control. And majorly, you will always find yourself overthinking about the decisions from the past. So whenever you find yourself thinking that I could have done this better, please keep this one thing in mind, that the person who took that decision 2 years back and the person that you are today, these are two different people. Do not compare them. The wisdom, experience, knowledge, information that you hold today, it was not the same case 2 years back. So you took a decision which was worthy, well researched at that point in time. Do not blame, shame, and put yourself on guilt for any of the past decisions. All right. The second thing is overwhelm. We want to do so much that we put everything on our plate that now we are unable to eat. I'm not speaking about the buffets of marriages. I'm speaking about your life. Okay. So what we do is we overestimate the value of 1 day or 1 week, and we underestimate the value of 5 years. So what we do whenever you create a timetable or a task to do list, what do? You try to fill up everything that you could do because you want to transform into the best possible version just in 1 day. See, there is no such miracle happening. Don't overwhelm yourself because your brain, it is afraid to overwhelm. As soon as you put like 20 things on your to-do list, your brain says, I quit. This is too much to handle. I do not want to do anything. And the second thing that your brain does is it wants to check the majority of it. So what it does, it starts doing the mediocre tasks, which do not take much time. You'll send the emails, you will speak to a couple of people, you will solve some problems, but you will not work on the crucial trivial mini projects. Okay, trivial, limited, like 3 or 4 things in a day. They are the vital few. Okay, sorry, I just got jumbled. They are vital few. So I want you all to concentrate your mental space into the vital few, not on the trivial many. So in this list of 20 things, majorly 3 to 5 tasks are the tasks which will give you like most of the results. But when you put 20 tasks on your task list, you end up doing the rest mediocre 15 tasks because your brain, it likes checking things off and it likes the easier part. Okay. So please don't overwhelm yourself. Give yourself a list of 3 to 5 things which looks easy to do. And that way you directly put your energy, your mental energy into the thing that should be taken care of. And the third one, which we were about to say, was overconfidence. When we want to work for like a stretch of 2 hours, if you did good, well concentrated, focused work for some 40, 45, 50 minutes, you declare that, okay, I'm doing fantastically well, and you start working from there. And for the rest of the day, you're not sticking onto your calendar, onto your schedule. And before sleeping at night, you again feel the guilt that I wasted one another day. I want you not to slip into this overconfidence. Be strict with your timelines. If you say that I'll do this task from this point to this point, please make sure that you do that. Because these are the ways how you can declutter your mental space. Otherwise, what will happen? Everything will jump in and you will not be able to do justice with your time and energy which you have, which you are born with. All right. So I want all of you to pick at least 2 areas to declutter this week. Put it in the comments. If you're watching this live, please put it in the chat box. If you're watching it on any other platform, please put it in the comment section so that we get to know that what are the areas that you would like to declutter. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, I am here happy to help you solving that. Thank you so much for spending this precious time of yours with us. You can follow us on all the portals by just putting @BrainoScript. We are available on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And we provide valuable content there on all the websites because we really, really want people to grow, change, and transform to the best possible versions of themselves. Thank you so much.